Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? It's your boy 005 Dynasty. Back with another video. Yeah, it's that all facts instrumental. You know what I'm saying? Pretty crazy joint right there. But I'll stop it though. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy 005 Dynasty. I am in the building. Yes, I'm here to talk about, inspiration. And to be totally honest with you guys and you girls, I do have people that inspired me throughout my history in hip hop and creating music. And actually, I got my start because I was inspired by seeing somebody, creating. And I said, hey, I want to help my twin brother with music. And at the same time, I'm inspired. I wanna learn. I wanna be like that person. And now it's come to a point where I look at certain individuals and they're not inspiring anymore. They're really not inspiring me anymore. And I feel like at times I'm being fake. And I that's the one thing I never want to be in life is be fake. But like I'll be on the Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, and I'll hear something that they just made, that they posted, and I'll still give them a like, or I'll still give them like a fire emoji, even though I didn't like it. And I'm thinking to myself, why did I just do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I just doing it just to show like I'm supporting the person, or I'm like, like maybe I'm looking for them to like give me some kickback, like maybe support me one day, even though I know they're not going to support me, that it's just too big in the game for that. And there's tons of people just giving them credit, like they got like 1,000, 2,000 likes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, I really did not like what they just put out. Or I actually don't like the last 3 or 4 things that they put out. Or maybe 10 things that they just put out. And the reason might be is because they're not progressing in a way that I thought that they would. They're not inspiring anymore. Their stuff sounds the same, maybe like 10 years ago. There's no elevation, and I'm looking at that stuff, and I'm like, I'm beating myself, and I'm getting down on myself because when you look at your heroes or people who inspired you, and they start to like, I don't want to say fall off because they still get into the bag because people still like it, but just inside yourself, that they have so much more potential. They could have been doing a lot more throughout these years. So I'm looking at the content. I'm like, wow, are they still doing the same type beats? Are they still, creating the same rhythm, same patterns? Are they still just only searching for samples? I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, it is. It's like they're just stuck in like a one loop. And it's kind, for me, I can't talk about everybody else because everybody's different. And what I also see is everybody gets stuck. Everybody gets stuck. And I don't get stuck. Like I really progress. And if I see myself getting stuck, or I see myself around people who are stuck, or I see myself starting to follow a certain trend, I tend to like get away from that. Like seriously, I tend to like really move away from that. I can't live that way, man. Like my mind, there's so much going on in my head every day. It's like crazy. From graphic design to video editing to dancing to rhyming to practicing harmonizing and singing so I can be better at being a vocalist, to mentally trying to create creative bars in my rhymes, to making beats, but not only making beats different from everybody else, not the same type beats, and my own style, just my own way of mixing, because I know there's a fundamental way to mixing, and everybody does mixing different but the same. It's almost like the same results at the end of the day, and I try to be just different, but it's not only just trying to be different. It's just in my creative process, I keep elevating and being different. I keep elevating myself. And I don't know, I can't call it, I can't tell you what it is, but I know when I sit down to make a beat, I literally have a blank slate, even though I know like my style. I don't know where the track is going to go. You know what I mean? So, well, when I see my people who inspired me, let's say with beat making, they literally, if you play the last 10 tracks, all sound the same. Even though the sample was different, the drum patterns are the same. Like the drum techniques are the same. And I'm not saying that's wrong either, because some of my drum techniques are similar. You know what I'm saying, for some of my beats. But there's a way that when you listen to my beats, like 10 of my beats in a row, you listen to 10 of my beats in a row, there's something about it that really, really changes the dynamic of the song. So it's my style, but it's different. And when I'm listening to these producers that I grew up watching and, say admired, and they was my inspiration, when I listen to 10 beats straight, it's literally no progression there. I mean, they probably know how to mix it a little bit better, so it sounds better than it did in the early 2000s or so forth. You know what I mean? So that might be better. But then you could literally take a beat that they did 15 years ago and a beat that they did today, and it sounds the same. You could take a beat that I did 15 years ago and to this day, a beat that I did like maybe yesterday, whatever, and it sounds totally different because my progression. So I think I've outgrown the people who've inspired me. And I'm not trying to say I'm better than them because I don't have the bag. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say I'm still chasing the bag, yeah, go ahead, you can say it. You want to say I'm broke? Yeah, go ahead, you can say I don't care. Because money doesn't affect me, it doesn't phase me, it doesn't change me as a person. It doesn't change my character, who I am. I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying, Dynasty, who I am right now for the rest of my life. It's not going to change me. But at the end of the day, I still feel like I've outgrown these people when it comes to progression and, you know what I'm saying, and, taking how inspiration can, where inspiration can take you and should take you. And I feel like that. So I started out making beats sampling because I see these individuals sampling. The person who actually taught me how to make beats, the first person who showed me the beat program and how to chop up samples or whatever, was, you know what I'm saying, that's how he taught me. He taught me how to sample. So I started making samples. I started making beats with samples. And then I sat there and said, well, I want to try to myself. I told myself I want to start being original and create original. And I tried. It was the worst thing. It was such a horrible experience because I didn't know what to do. I had no nothing. I had no idea of how to create music. You know what I mean? So I gave up for many, many years, maybe like 10 years on just trying to create original. And then back in like 2018 or so forth, 2019, I started to create again. I started trying to create original. And I still sucked, but I worked at it for like the last 3 years. I worked at it. And now I can literally sit down and make a total beat from scratch. No samples whatsoever. And then you can literally listen to the track and you would think it was a sampled beat. You would literally think like I sampled the track, but I didn't sample it though. It's totally original, and I find that to be amazing. Amazing. To be totally honest with you guys and you girls, I find that to be simply amazing. But now when I look at the people who are well above me, tons of money, you know what I mean? They got all the stardom or whatever. They just stuck and they don't inspire me anymore, man. And I don't think I'm gonna be going to a lot of these famous people's YouTube channels anymore because they literally don't inspire me. They're not. There's nothing there. There's no substance. It's only a few people. There's certain people like maybe they might inspire me a little bit, but I need, we all need a form of inspiration. Unless I'm just the person who's just going to be the person who inspires people and stuff like that moving forward. I don't know. But it's your boy 05 Dynasty. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And I'm gonna get up out of here. All right? I'll talk to y'all later, bit.